SaifBuys, I'm Seif, and today I wanted to walk you through some of the best iPhone accessories I could find for the spring sale this season, as well as in general. These are a bunch of accessories I've accumulated over the years. I'm sure there's going to be some stuff in here that you haven't heard of or seen before. I'm also interested to hear of any accessories that I don't raise that you're aware of in the comments section below, because I'm actually interested to see what other cool things are out there, especially if there's any great deals out there. Let me know in the comments below. As always, I'll put chapter markers below if you want to jump to a specific section. I'll start off with the cooler things that I don't think that many people know about, and then I'll move my way over to the more regular things like power banks and that you might have a version of, but that I probably have a later version of. More new tech, basically, for existing product lines. We'll start off with what I think is the coolest thing here. And as always, every item I show in this video is going to be in the description below, or at least the items I recommend, and there will be special discounts and stuff that I'll put in the description below as well. So you support this channel whether or not you buy anything. If you just click on the links in the description below, it helps immensely. Let's dive right into it. Here we have the airplane phone holders. So my two favorite airplane phone holders, and I've tried all of them, that's why I mounted them all here. Number one, the ESR one, and that's specifically if you've got a MagSafe capable case on your iPhone, or if you are obviously using your iPhone caseless. You can just slap it there, and while you're eating on the plane, you can still be watching your content without having to bend your neck down too much. And obviously you can angle it at whichever angle you like, forward, down, and then you can go vertical or horizontal, depending on if you're watching YouTube and you want to scroll. Obviously on the plane, if you've got a bunch of videos downloaded, it's easier to navigate that way. But then when you're watching like an Apple TV show, I don't know if you're watching Severance or Shogun, let me know what shows you're watching these days. You're watching that, you got your AirPods Max on, and you're just fully immersed in the show. This is why I stopped using an iPad on the airplane, because of the convenience of these devices here. They just allow me to slap my phone. I don't have to bend my neck down. I've gotten countless compliments on the airplane, and I've actually given some of these away for free to people on the airplane who were asking me about them, because everyone was just like this on the airplane, just bending their neck down. Some of them had kickstand accessories, but then it's too low. These, on the other hand, you can easily just mount it on the tray table in front of you, then on the tray itself when the food comes. So if it's on the tray table in front of you, you're in a situation like this where you extend this thing here, you slap that on the tray table, you slap that up like that, slap your phone. And obviously I've got a MagSafe accessories on my Pixel 8 Pro 2. This is dbrand Ghost Case 2.0, but you just do that, watch like that. That's way more convenient basically than having to mount it on whatever on the tray table in front of you. The two I recommend are this ESR MagSafe one that I just showed you. Perfect swivel functionality here. Can easily just share with whoever I'm sitting with on whichever side of the seat they're on. And then what I prefer about the Paralogic here, Paralogics is the OG company, I believe, that made the first version of these. And this one is without MagSafe, but it makes a lot of sound when you're opening it. But the benefit it has is that it goes higher. So you can see all of these that are at a certain height here. This one can go slightly higher. So I can just grab my phone, plop it in like that, and it's higher than the rest. Like here you can see the ESR MagSafe version, and then how much higher the Paralogics goes. Honestly, that's some feedback for ESR there. I wish they would make, or any of the MagSafe versions would make, a version that would allow you to go as high as this Paralogics one, because there are certain scenarios on the airplane, depending on the tray height and everything, where this is more comfortable for my neck than something lower like this. And that could be the difference between which one you get. They're both fairly cheap. You can check out the latest prices in the description below. But yeah, you won't be spending more than like 20 USD on either of these, if even that. The Paralogics one, you can put it even at a lower height if you wanted that. And obviously, Paralogics, you can also just slap it on the tray table in front of you. Then you can put it to the side like that, or at the top. So I can also do a vertical orientation if that's what I really wanted. It's just not as seamless as a MagSafe option here. And these other MagSafe options are okay, but I wouldn't get any of these other MagSafe options if I could get the ESR version. The ESR version is the one I recommend. And you can tell the dbrand Ghost Case is super strong magnets. Forgot to mention the airplane phone holder from ESR comes in a bunch of different colors, so you can get it in white. That's personally what I would have went with, but they sent the black, and they have a beige color there too. Also, one more thing I wanted to mention with the airplane phone holders, you can also use them at home, place them wherever you like. Easy 360-degree rotation here, obviously, both vertically and horizontally, whichever way you like. Put it on a rod around your desk, put it on your desk itself if your desk is thin enough to mount this thing. Got your legs up, you're watching whatever you're watching, and then you need to take your phone, you're off, and then you're back. highly recommend these airplane phone accessories. This is the coolest thing. Let me know if you already have a version of these in the comments below. One of my first videos that I made on YouTube was actually about airplane phone holders, and I think it did pretty well as far as airplane phone holder videos go. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments whether you're grabbing one of these or not. So yeah, that's the airplane phone holders. Let's remove them. I gotta give a lot of these away. Probably give one to each family member. The next really cool thing has got to be this ESR Geo Wallet here. So not only does this ESR Geo Wallet have Apple Find My built in, it's got this finger loop, which if you have an iPhone 16 Pro Max, for some reason the iPhones don't have a back gesture on their interface, so you always have to be reaching to that top corner there, or you got to use the whole gesture thing where you swipe from the bottom and go down like that. But I don't want to do 2 swipes, so usually I'm just one-handing my iPhone 16 Pro Max, and this allows me to basically reach the corners of the phone seamlessly. That is this here finger loop on the back. And honestly, I wasn't a finger loop guy before I tried this finger loop, but now, ever since this Geo Wallet came out, I think it's been over 2 years now. You can even see one of my first videos on this product. I've been using it literally every day on every iPhone version that I've got. The kickstand mechanism that's on this ESR Geo Wallet is a major selling point as well, and basically allows me to do it horizontally or vertically, whichever angle I want. So when I'm FaceTiming someone or I'm eating or something, I can navigate my phone with ease. I can take a FaceTime call and they can see me clearly, and I don't have to use my hands. I can just show them what I need to show them, or literally be working or something and they can see me perfectly fine. And I don't need to be next to, for example, a MagSafe charger or something in order to do that. I just got this stand on the back of it at all times. And then if I want a slimmer phone, obviously I just take it off and then I have the full slimness of my phone. And speaking of slimness of phones, what's on here right now is the ESR Zero Case. This is a TPU case, and this is my first ever TPU case, and I've only had it for about a week now, but I am loving this. I'm loving it more even than the Apple Premium MagSafe transparent case here, which costs like 4 times the price. I'm loving it more than the D-brand Ghost Case 2.0, but I will be making a video on the slimmest iPhone cases out there if you're wondering about that. That'll be the next video that comes out. But yeah, I just love how slim this thing is. Virtually feels like I'm not using anything on my phone, especially when I'm swiping from the sides or swiping from the bottom up or top down. One con for cases is that the lips are usually very large, but on this here Zero Case from ESR, they literally only made the lips larger on the very corners, like in a very subtle way, so that if you put it on its face like that, it's not touching the surface, the screen isn't touching the surface. It allows you to have seamless edge swipings with a caseless feel on your phone. I can't recommend this enough. It's like $10 or something like that, and it's literally more than enough protection for the iPhone 16 Pro Maxes, all the way down to the 12s and the 13s as well. iPhones are just really well built ever since they switched over to titanium, and they don't weigh that much. And a lot of my friends even are rocking their phones caseless, so I just don't like to have chips on my phone and stuff like that. And another good thing about TPU cases is it's super easy to take off relative to other cases. Like, it's very bendy, as you can see, and I really like that. It's almost like a skin for your iPhone without having to deal with the complexity of applying a skin. That's this ESR Zero Case here. Honestly, can't recommend this enough. You can get it on Amazon, get it from ESR's website. I'll put any discounts that I have specific to my channel in the description below. And if you use those, or if you just click on the links in general, it helps the channel either way. I appreciate that in general. So we've talked about the airplane phone holder, the ESR Geo Wallet here, kickstand, which comes with Apple Find My built in, so pretty much can't lose this. Carries up to 3 cards also, I forgot to mention that. A game changer. While I'm talking about the ESR Geo Wallet, I might as well talk to you about this here Moft origami thing, which comes with a slot for up to 2 cards. This origami thing is different in that it offers more height. So while it is more convoluted, like the ESR one, I can literally just mount this with one hand, and that's basically what I do. Like, washing the dishes, watching YouTube, I just continue watching without any interruption regardless of what I'm doing. Whereas before, I don't know, people that aren't rocking kickstands, like they're literally doing this or whatever they're doing. Yeah, this just gives you that additional height, and if you're doing a FaceTime call, I can tell you this angle is a lot more flattering than the lower angle that this comes at, but it is also more convoluted to set up. Like the origami thing on the Moft kickstand here, I think they call it the Moft tripod kickstand, is a little bit more convoluted, but again, you get more height and both horizontal and vertical orientation. I'm not sure if this is on sale, but I'll put a link in the description nonetheless. And then obviously you can also do it lower, so you're not stuck to doing the height thing, but it's still more convoluted than the ESR Geo Wallet regardless. because that one you can one hand with the finger loop. Also barely adds any weight, but the beautiful thing about MagSafe accessories, like I said before, you can just take it off, put one in each pocket, and you're off to the races, and it's got Apple Find My built in, so perfect. I would even just keep one of these in the house, even if I'm not gonna use it while I'm going outside. Just having one of these in the house wherever I go, like even on the bed, being able to kickstand my phone is invaluable. Yeah, this is probably my favorite accessory and the one I couldn't do without. Like I literally keep buying this. They do have a version, so this one carries up to 3 cards comfortably, and then they do have a version that carries like up to 5 cards, but you do lose out on something here. So you can have a see-through thing here, whereas this one, the Find My Geo Wallet here, the ESR Geo Wallet, doesn't have inside pockets. This one does. It's basically the same design with everything, including the finger loop. Personally, I still prefer the Geo Wallet one because it's got a magnet in there that prevents it from opening up. Sometimes I'm on the couch, I'm watching stuff like this. There's, for some reason, like there's no magnet there. It flops around a bit like that, but it's fairly usable still. I guess it's a matter of if you want 5 cards more than you want Find My in your wallet, plus the magnet thing, which stabilizes it, as you can see, when you're doing overhead browsing. And I do that pretty often, overhead browsing on the couch. That is the ESR Kickstand Wallet, the ESR Geo Wallet, and the Moft tripod stand. Again, all great inventions, linked in the description below. You left that there. If you don't want a MagSafe wallet on the back of your phone at all, but you still want the benefit of a kickstand for when you're FaceTiming or browsing videos or what have you, there is this new ESR Flickstand version here. And personally, I prefer the Qi2 version. Like if I am going without anything on the back of my phone, which I don't do, I always have the Geo Wallet, which is why I always go with the slimmest case possible. But this case here and the Qi2 case, which I reviewed in an earlier video, have these kickstands built in. ESR has a version which prioritizes giving you different angles on horizontal, but this one prioritizes vertical, but then the Qi2 version prioritizes both vertical and horizontal at whatever angle you like. If I slap it in there, it's definitely noticeably thicker than the ESR Zero Case, but you are getting that built-in kickstand while maintaining the full charging capacity and magnetic strength of the back of your phone, which if you go for the Qi2 version where the thing rotates, it's kind of like this. The Qi2 version is my recommended version, but what I have here is the Taurus. It's got a swivel mechanism such that you can basically tilt it at whatever angle you want vertically and horizontally. I'll link the Qi2 version, which I recommend, in the description below, but you get the point. Like this one, basically you can do it at whichever angle horizontally, whereas this one is just one angle with the ESR Flickstand Case. But again, you might prefer the fact that the magnets here are stronger. The charging is probably faster as well because there's no metal piece over the charging coils. So yeah, you might still prefer the ESR Flickstand version regardless. But for me, even though they've made it minimalist as possible with the lips on the screen, after I've tried the Zero Case, I really can't go back to any case, even these other minimalist cases like the Apple Official Transparent and the Debrand Ghost case. I just personally would love to use my phone caseless, but I know that it's gonna chip on the sides if it falls and it's gonna get scratched, and I like to upgrade my phone every year, so I posted on Facebook Marketplace, and I don't want to give anyone a scratched up phone. I would like to give them the phone in as good condition as possible to maintain a positive seller score, right? Let me know in below actually if you upgrade your phone every year or every couple of years, and do you sell it on Facebook Marketplace or do you trade it in? Curious on that. One thing to note about the ESR Zero Case, by the way, is this MagSafe ring. It's got a design on it, a bit of a pattern. You may or may not love that versus a purely flat design of the Apple Official version. The Apple Official version is a little thicker though. I won't dive more into that. I prefer the ESR Zero Case so far. It's just super slim. As good as caseless can get, really. If you're finding any of this useful so far, I appreciate if you drop a like on the video, subscribe, comment down below if there's anything that's jumping out at you so far. Also, if you use the links to buy anything, I appreciate that, or even just to browse any of the shops, I appreciate that as well. And now, time for our first ever channel sponsor integration from OSBOT. So OSBOT is sponsoring this section of the video, and they have this very small webcam. This is a 4K webcam called the OSBOT Meet 2. It comes with this magnetic cover here, which you can just slap on the back here on the base. And what I love about this It gives you the functionality of a gimbal cam, kind of like this Insta gimbal. And by the way, OSBOT has its own gimbal cameras too, but it gives you the same functionality in terms of being able to position this wherever you like. Me personally, I like to show this corner of the room when I'm on a Zoom call. I don't want them to see the kitchen and stuff, which are back there, and then my screen is here, right? So this is usually up here on the monitor. What this allows me to do is basically position it at the exact angle I want, so I can be showing them the exact part of the room in the background that I want them to see without having to put those gimmicky, you know, background covers that are built in the Zoom. And it also can apply a very nice, elegant bokeh through the Mac app as well using this. And then it's got a lot of beauty options if you're into that. Personally, I don't use that, plus it's not easy to apply it on Zoom. But what is easy with this is the fact that even after you've angled it, like let's say I put it on my MacBook here even, I can put it on the very edge because of how small it is, and then angle it. What I'm saying when I'm talking about angling it is like basically the surface here that it comes on is a magnet. So you can literally just position it wherever you like and it sticks there. It doesn't shift around. It's super stable, right? It's basically magnetic there. And then you can put the lid beside it there and plop it on there, position it at the exact angle you want, but then I'll show you here that you can move this around like a gimbal. You can control the framing of the camera as if it was on a gimbal, but it's not. And there's virtually no loss of any image quality when you are doing that. So it's remarkable that they're able to do this with the spring sale, which is running from March 25 to March 31st. You'll be able to get 21% off of this, and 21% off of its already low price, plus the fact that you could use this SAFEBUYS 2025 discount code to get an additional 5% off of Amazon or OSBOT's website. Makes this a steal of a camera. It'll completely change your zoom game, and especially in terms of maintaining eye contact. Like when I'm on Zoom, I want to maintain eye contact, and I also want the background to be what I want it to be, in which case it's this corner of the room with this plant here instead of the kitchen and everything like that. And if you're in a small house too, let me know in the comments below, but can't recommend this enough. A very nice value here from OSBOT. Another cool thing is this performs really well in low light. You can tell the sensor is really large given the size of the camera. Here it is beside the Insta360 little gimbal cam thing. That camera sensor reveals a lot better of an image in my experience than this tiny sensor here on the Insta360. That could just be me though, but when I'm on Zoom, I'm just doing 1080p. But also another cool thing is you can literally do a vertical shooting mode immediately like that. Boom, I want horizontal, boom, I want vertical. And you get all those angles, like whatever angle you want, without having to invest in all the technology that goes into getting a gimbal camera. And when you want some privacy, boom, don't worry about it. It's gone. I've been using it for 2 months. I can vouch for this, but if you have any questions about the OSBOT Meet 2, let me know in the description below. Definitely a steal given their upcoming spring sale, and a steal in general. Maybe I will make a video on this. I don't know. Let's see. Thanks for bearing with me with that sponsorship integration. Let me know what you thought of it. Went off the cuff there, but it's not hard because it's actually a great product. Now let's go straight into the car, and I'll take you into my new Mazda CX-30 2025. Let me know if you're part of the Mazda crew. But I will show you my favorite car phone holder mounts. Those are super nice. Here it is. This one is the ESR Qi2 car phone holder. And what makes ESR car phone holders special is their 3M tape here is really high quality, but a lot of different brands use 3M tape. What makes it special is it's on a base here that's malleable, right? So it'll curve. My car only has curves because I like my cars curvy. And on the inside, it just latches on there, so it can perfectly stabilize regardless of the angle at which your dashboard might be positioned. That's in contrast to other brands out there which don't have that. I will also show you a different version of this one. Obviously this one is Qi2, will charge your phone at up to 15 watts wirelessly via MagSafe. And again, if you don't have a MagSafe case, I don't know what you're doing. Like, I use MagSafe for everything. I'm going to show you more MagSafe accessories actually. Easily orient it horizontally, vertically. But yeah, the one in the car also has more adjustability than this one even. Let's go to the car. All right, we're here in the Mazda CX-30 2025, new car. This is the setup we've got here. So we've got a heads-up display right there. You've got your driver-facing wireless Apple CarPlay capable display here. This is like 10 inches. And then we've got the main star of the show here, which you can add to your car. This is my favorite version here. I've been buying these for a long time, like the ESR car mounts, and this one's my favorite so far. So as you can see, I've got it here right below my display here. Even though this is touch with Apple CarPlay turned on, like it's a touch display, I can like swipe through it. I don't like going all the way up here. Like I'm the back here. I don't like going all the way over there. Plus some apps like YouTube, for example, aren't accessible on Apple CarPlay. So what do? I just grab my phone. I just slap it on there. Obviously it's got to be a MagSafe capable back or just a naked iPhone. You just slap it on there. It's magnetic. And what I love about this one here is the corners are moldable, I want to say. They contour around the dashboard, so this isn't a perfectly flat surface. So what that means is this has staying power compared to other brands out there. The way this is built, it actually stays on there despite the fact that it's on this contoured leather surface here. Now I can just access my phone. Yeah, you just proceed. You could play whatever YouTube video you got, modify, adjust what audiobook you're listening to. You just easily navigate everything while you're driving. If you need to quickly update the address or something, this is way easier than reaching over here. Even though I have this thing here as well that I can adjust the Apple CarPlay, and I just much prefer using my phone. And so this way I've got my phone here, easily accessible. If I need to pick it up for a quick second, message someone or whatever, boom, slap it right back there. And then if the passenger needs to watch something, boom, easy swivel there. So that's the swivel mechanism. And as you can see, I can literally just slap it off of there. It's a powerful magnet. This is the ESR Zero Case. Again, this is my favorite case, by far the slimmest case I've ever tried. Also doesn't yellow, at least for as long as I've had it, and it's super cheap as well. This is as close to no case as I can get on my iPhone, especially with the swiping experience, by the way. I can swipe from the bottom, from the sides, and there's virtually no lip. The lip is only where it needs to be, which is on the corners there, such that if you were to slap this face down, it would not be touching the screen on a flat surface. Can't recommend this Zero Case enough, honestly. I've been loving it. As you can see, we're rotating it, no problem. And then if you want to basically pop it up like that for whatever reason, let's say the Apple CarPlay stops working or whatever, I can slap it up like that, slap my phone in whatever orientation I want. I trust this is not gonna fall off, basically. And when I need it, I just grab it and it's off. Slap it on, slap it back off. And also this is the greatest test of all, because this is like a leather surface here and it's contoured. So this is as difficult of a scenario as you can get really with a car mount. And it perfectly fine, it serves its purpose very well. And when I want it horizontal, boom, horizontal. And that's why I love MagSafe, guys. If you're not using a MagSafe case or you're not using the iPhone's MagSafe, I don't know what you're doing exactly, but it's a lifesaver. Plus, obviously, one of the main benefits that we've got here is that this version here has up to 15-watt Qi2 charging. So I can just slap from here, from the console, just get my cable, plug it in there, pop that right in there, and then boom, it's charging. Now I can navigate my phone with ease. I know it's charging up real nice there. And what more could you ask for, guys? And then this, I just shove it in here in the dashboard. Honestly, this car doesn't have the best setup. You'd think the USB-C ports would have been better located in there, which was where it was on the CX-3. But on the CX-30, for some reason, they moved it down here. And they also, on the CX-30, I don't know why they removed the 12-volt thing. So I have nowhere to plug my Anker. This is like a 165-watt charger, I believe. It's just a piece of plastic here. There's nowhere to plug it in. It doesn't come off. So you only have two 20-watt USB-C chargers, which is enough to get me my 15-watt charging, I believe, on the ESR here. Granted, when I'm in the car, I usually don't need to charge my phone. That's why usually this cable isn't even attached, to be honest. But it's there if you need it. And quite frankly, I have not seen any other brand that's made any car mount that's this durable and is this broadly applicable. Car setups are very different depending on what kind of car setup you have. I personally love the Mazda CX-30 setup and most of the Mazda setups. The display is pointed towards me. I've got my heads-up windshield display, which honestly I can't do without. Otherwise I'd be going through all the speed cameras and exceeding the speed limit everywhere I go. But this way it's always in front of me. I always know where I'm going. And then boom, I have my phone right beside me. And this car doesn't have a lot of storage space in general. I wouldn't want to put it on the wireless charging pad here. I don't even keep the wireless charging pad turned on because it charges super slow and it's not 100% of the time that it works. So that's probably with most wireless car chargers. But here, boom, slap it on. If it needs to be charging, it can be charging super nice. Plus, also, obviously you don't need to do the wireless charging if you don't want. You could just plug it straight into your phone Honestly, I love this thing. So that's the first car mount here. And honestly, my preferred car mount is this one from ESR. And then I used this one for years. This is the ESR one which you attach to the windshield. The benefit of this one obviously is that this thing is super sticky, plus it's got this mechanism, the suction cup mechanism, which means you can put it on and remove it. I don't want to put it on because it's super hard to remove after you put it on, but you can take it off without damaging your windshield, no problem. But basically, this is what I was using in the old car. I would just have it like this, and there was enough space that with this thing, it basically works perfect. This one, obviously, you could attach it wherever you like. You could even put it on the dashboard as well if you wanted to, if you guys can see there. So yeah, I could totally just grab this, slap it like what? You can put it like that. It's like on there. And then I've got that extendy function there. As you can see, this one has the extendy function. Ideally though, this one I would use if I was mounting on the windshield, but it is holding its own here on this leather surface as well, on an angle. Granted, of course, this one, it's years old. You have to keep that in mind. I've been using this thing for at least a couple of years on my old car, and it still sticks, right? And this is on a dashboard. So this is a testament to how high quality these car mounts are, really. Again, you can get it with the 15-watt charger built in. And then the final one here, I believe this is their latest edition. This one's super simple, and it's probably some cost savings there compared to this one with the swivel function and being able to lift it up and down. This one also will probably stick on more durably because of, you see these bendable portions there? So if you're definitely mounting it on a curve like I am, I imagine this one will be more stable than the one I've got mounted here. Granted, this one's stable enough for my use. The only use I'm doing is really that, shifting it to the passenger, shifting it to my side. And for that purpose, it's perfectly secure enough. But if I wanted to do more wild things, this one is even more stuck on there on a curve, specifically on a curve, and this is leather. So you can swivel it however you like, and you get that 15-watt Qi2 charging there. Again, car mounts, invaluable, coupled with MagSafe in my opinion. Literally the difference between getting in a car accident and not getting in a car accident, being caught playing with your phone down here, or not being caught playing with your phone while you're driving because you're perfectly just adjusting stuff easily here. You're just adjusting stuff and then you're just continuing driving. Your eyes never really get off the road, right? And that's basically what you want to maintain when you are driving. And that's what I like to keep in mind. I just like to always have my eyes on the road. I'm not taking any risks. I see a bunch of people trying to like use their phones down here and stuff like that, and then plop it back in there, and then they want to check their notifications, they pick it back up, and so their eyes leave the road 100 times. That's really not what I'm looking for at all. I just want it always there, just safe. That's this channel, it's ShaRGeek, right? So this is the safest option, and I can't recommend this enough, guys. And I'm not just saying that. I recommend this to literally everyone I meet, and I don't think you'll be disappointed with it. Again, if you want to check out the latest prices on any of these 3 car mounts here that I just showed you, I'll put the links in the description below for any of these ESR car mounts that I just showed you. They're all super nifty, super awesome, super convenient, and probably the best in the business as far as my research goes. I can't say I've tried all car mounts out there, but I've tried my fair share. I've tried at least 5 different car mounts, and I did create a car mount specific video, if you don't believe me. It was one of my first videos, my 25th video or something like that. Didn't do very well. I don't think people are that into car mount chargers, but I don't think everyone has the best car mount charger available, and I'm just showing you some cool ones here. Yeah, if you use the links in the description, you help support this channel. I appreciate that immensely, and you also save yourself some money and you get the best deal out there. So it's a win-win for everyone. I can keep making videos that I love on products I love, and we can keep this all above board, unlike some channels out there which have long since forsaken their integrity. ESR Zero Case here in the car. How do you like that? Honestly, the white is perfect color for me because I think it shows fingerprints the least, plus it shows scratches the least. That's why I love white. But if I was to get a case that would most show off the original look of my phone, it would definitely be this ESR Zero case, more so than the Apple official transparent case, more so than the D brand Ghost Case 2.0, more so than any other case out there. So, and by the way, it's like $10 or something. This is like, you can get one each time, even if it does yellow or something over time, which I don't think it will. I think it'll take at least a year or something probably to yellow, if not longer. It's only $10 to replace, which is 3 or 4, maybe even 5 of the iPhone transparent case. So well worth it in my opinion. Plus I actually prefer using this over the iPhone case. I literally spent the money on the iPhone case and I'm using the ESR one despite that. And I would get compensated excited for both, by the way. I would make more money if I was recommending the Apple case or any other more expensive case, but this is my favorite and most minimalist case, and I can drop this from any reasonable height, from the pocket down, on asphalt, on anything, and I'm not worried about it cracking or breaking or anything like that. I think that's everything, guys. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep going on about it. This thing's amazing. And yeah, I really am enjoying this car, by the way. 2025. So you got these nice leather seats. No, other one wasn't fully leather, the CX-3. What car do you have? What cars are you guys rocking these days? I'm curious. For me, it was between this and like a Model 3 Tesla, and I prefer the ride height and the all-wheel drive here in Canada of a Mazda CX-30 over that. Plus, I don't drive that much, so it didn't make sense to invest in electric, really. I'm also curious, what's your opinion on Apple CarPlay? Do you like Apple CarPlay, or do you still use your phone even though you have wireless Apple CarPlay? I find myself still using my phone, but that could be because the touchscreen is further away from my hands than most cars, where it would probably be here. In which case I would probably have put my phone up there on the dashboard. But I kind of prefer this actually, because then when the GPS is displaying, it's like right there. Or if I'm using Apple Maps or Google Maps, the GPS will literally display the arrows on the windshield, the heads-up windshield thing. And that was actually something that drew me away from Tesla as well. They don't have a heads-up windshield thing. At least not built in. Not cool. Yeah, I hope you found that whole rant useful. What I will say is that these car chargers are a safe buy. This is safe buys, and forgot to share the super cool 360 camera that's on this. I love that even entry-level cars like the Mazda CX-30 now have this full 360 camera situation where you can go like that, go from the front, from the sides as well. You can see right beside the car, the side mirrors. It is absolutely a beauty. Huge fan of this car and that they've included all these tech features in a Mazda CX-30. Represent if you've got a Mazda down in the comments. I want to know. You got to fly like a bird. I hope you found all that helpful. Obviously, product links are in the description below. Discount codes relevant for the spring sales, and also you support the channel if you use any of those links in the description below, guys. On with the video. Also, another thing, if you have a 12-volt power plug in your car and you want to get faster charging, usually the car chargers aren't more than 20 watts. This one over here from Anker provides up to 100 watts and it's got 2 USB-Cs, so I think a total of 165 watts simultaneously or something ridiculous like that out of all the 3 ports that are on it. This is probably the best 12-volt car charger out there. Definitely my old car, literally if I was using the ports that came in the car, it was a 2016 Mazda CX-3. Beautiful car, but it wouldn't charge my phone fast enough to even keep up with using the GPS. So you might find one of these useful. And also Anker just recently released a new version of this that has retractable cables built in. So if you find yourself always not having cables nearby, you can get that version. Granted, I think it is a lower overall wattage than the version I'm holding here in my hand. Also got a different version here from OtterBox, but this one's just 20 watts and 30 watts. There's been a lot of developments since this OtterBox release. That's the best car charger in my opinion. And again, guys, let me just remind you, you can use the chapter markers below. I know I'm just going out on a rant here, or a rampage, showing you everything. The next thing we have here is my favorite semi-portable all-in-one 3-in-1 charger. What makes this special, it's from iVANKY. It's probably their first entry into the whole charging space. But this is both a nightlight and a 3-in-1 charger. So I can slap my AirPods on there. I can grab the Apple Watch charger from the bottom there, shove it in its port right there, and then hook it up with a power bank here to show you it in action. And then boom, you got that nightlight functionality. You just need to tap the sides there. You got 2 light modes, and at night this looks really cool. You can just slap everything on it, so put your AirPods there, put your watch there. But one thing I don't like about these really small chargers, actually, now that I'm doing this, is how cramped it is. So like if your watch band is thick, or your AirPods, basically you've got a case on your AirPods and the magnets aren't that strong on your AirPods, you might not charge it perfectly every time, but you can just slap it on there and you got everything charging all at once. Over here on the iVANKY Nightlight 3-in-1 charger. Pretty cool. But another major con with the iVANKY thing is that it doesn't come with a power adapter, so you're gonna have to have like at least a 30-watt power adapter lying around. That's where something like the SHARGE Pouch 10,000 milliamp hour all-in-one charger here might come in handy. This thing literally has a 55-watt power adapter built into it, so you could literally use this as the power adapter for your iVANKY. Granted, of course, I don't know how much tech you're looking to buy. But if you are watching videos like this of this length, I imagine you're like me and you're just buying stuff all the time. With this one, you get a silky smooth cable, very premium. I made a whole video on this one, so I won't go too deep into that 10,000 milliamp hour power bank. But what I will do is show you my favorite bedside all-in-one charger. Now, what makes this ESR 100 watt 6-in-1 bedside charger special is number one, the spaciousness. So I can slap my phone, slap my watch on there, and not worry about the watch band getting in the way, slap my AirPods on this section right here. And then on top of that, I've got 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A, and I believe you can get up to 100 watts out of either of these USB-C ports. So you can charge your laptop at your bedside table without needing your power brick right beside your bedside. That is a lifesaver. I've been using this for like years now. I think at least 2 years now I've been using this 100 watt bedside charger. Obviously you gotta plug it into the power outlet in your wall. One more thing I wanted to mention with this, personally, I like plugging in my Aura watch charger into this as well at the bedside. So I don't have to find a different plug in my wall to plug in my Aura charger. I just plug it into this 100 watt 3-in-1 iPhone charger, and I'm charging everything at once. And I still have the bandwidth to like charge even more devices. But this does run a hefty price because you're basically getting a massive power adapter on top of a 3-in-1 everything built-in charger from ESR there. I'll put a link in the description along with any sales they might be running on this right now for the spring sale. Might be the best time to actually buy this. But if you're not looking for all that, that's a little excessive. You don't want all the cramped space of something like the iVANKY, which a lot of chargers are cramped up like that. You can get this ESR one here. And I know I'm showing a lot of ESR stuff. I genuinely like ESR stuff. You can see a lot of my early videos before this channel was big enough to get anyone to sponsor. It was all ESR products because it's just very high quality and they're always innovating. They're always just slightly modifying their products to make them stand out. So you can see here, not only is the Apple Watch charger piece removable, I can literally plug this into a power bank. Like over here, I have the Charge 170 watt SharGeek power bank. I can plug it in there. I can see at what rate my Apple Watch is charging. So basically you have a portable Apple Watch charger on top of a 3-in-1 charger with this ESR 3-in-1 solution here. And the magnet on this is noticeably very strong. Like I can literally just throw that there and it magnetizes very nicely. And yeah, this is your alternative option here for a 3-in-1. And what's beautiful about this is it comes with a little mini 30 watt adapter here. So they were nice enough to throw that in, unlike the iVANKY nightlight option here. I think this also comes in white. Kind of digging the black though, because I'm used to getting white chargers. So we've covered 3-in-1 chargers. We've covered a lot of stuff. Let's cover the best 3-in-1 portable charger. So this is from ESR as well. And trust me, ESR, they are gonna sponsor part of my upcoming next video, but I genuinely already had a lot of their products. So I told them like, okay, send me these products that I don't have, but I already had most of them, including this. What's the beauty about this one is a lot of 3-in-1 portable chargers out there are a little cramped. That is not the case here with this ESR one. Again, you get a portable Apple Watch charger with this. We'll magnetize it on the top, slap it on the bottom in the port there, where it's got a section for your Apple Watch. Then you got your AirPods in the center. Slap the AirPods there. And then what's the beauty is your Apple Watch band has room to breathe in the back there. So everything's getting charged every time with reliability. And then I can literally plug it into the Anker 250 watt here, and we can see at what rate it starts charging all three of these things. Yeah, you can see it just shoots up there. And I will show you more about that Anker power bank. That's probably my favorite power bank. Yeah, beautiful invention here from ESR. And then when you're done at the hotel, you just grab everything, magnetizes, very satisfying. Shove it in the pouch. Everything goes in there beautifully. And then obviously they include a 30 watt, or it'll give you the maximum charging capability of the 3-in-1 charger. And magnetic clasp, very premium and all-in-one solution here from ESR, but portable. All right, next we'll move on to power banks. So the two power banks I want to show you, let me just remove everything here. There's stuff everywhere. I'll show you my favorite power banks here. We've got the SharGeek 170 watt. It's transparent, super interesting looking. Comes with a premium cable, premium SharGeek cable, worthy of the name. You just slap it in there, and a premium display. Plug in my iPhone, starts charging, and boom. You get all the details you need. And what's beautiful about the SharGeek is not just that it looks cool like this, it's actually IP60 water resistance, so you can take this to the beach, unlike most other power banks out there, or to the pool or where have you, and not be as worried as you would with any of the other power banks or the majority of power banks out there. That's the SharGeek 170 watt. Personally though, if I had to choose one power bank, considering that I am mostly charging my stuff in the home and I use the power bank at home, I do prefer this Anker 250 watt Prime power bank, and that is because it is a 250 watt power bank as opposed to 170 watts, so overall more charging capability. Also has a beautiful app which shows you the battery health percentage, which most power banks out there don't show you the battery health percentage. So this one you'll know over time as it ages when you want to sell it basically, and you can tell the person what battery health it's at. Plus it's got like pinging with Find My, it's got like a lot of app capabilities and firmware updates, and you can adjust the screen brightness too. And I do like the fact that the screen here is vertically oriented as opposed to the horizontal screen on the SharGeek here. In order to read it properly, you need it to be on its side. And yeah, like I said, majority of my use with these power banks, even though this is like a 27,650 milliamp hour, this one is a 24,000 milliamp hour, I believe, or 25,000. I use it at home most of the time. I'm on the couch, I'm not nearby a port, I want to charge something, even if it's my MacBook 16-inch Pro. Either of these will charge it at max capability, that is 140 watts to the 16 M3 Max chip MacBook. That's why I love this, but an additional icing on top of the cake is the Anker one over here comes with this base, which has 2 USB-C ports and 1 USB-A, and it is a wireless charging base. I know there's magnetic prongs here, so some people say that's wired, but to me, if I'm not having to attach and detach wires in order to charge it, that's wireless, and it charges at like 100 watts. So you can literally see it charging up as you put it on the base. And that's the most important thing with a power bank is, does it charge very quickly? The SharGeek charges at 140 watts max, as does the Prime 250 watt power bank here. Charges at up to 140 watts. But what's beautiful is it charges at up to 100 watts wirelessly. So I don't need to keep fumbling for a cable and plugging it in. A small thing, but honestly, I love it. And basically you've got a power adapter, a very capable, at least I think this is a 100 watt power adapter on top of your power bank. One more thing, there's also this 5,000 milliamp hour 2-in-1 SHARGE power bank over here. And what's awesome about this is it charges 15 watts from the main prong here in the center. And this is interchangeable, so USB-C primarily, but if you wanted to remove it, they also give you a lightning thing there. So I can literally plug in lightning, charge my AirPods Max, which I don't know why they're still running on lightning with that. Even though I know that new AirPods Max aren't running on lightning anymore, but you saw I just switched that over. So if anyone still has a lightning accessory or a lightning iPhone, they can still charge their device using your power bank. And then obviously it's got this lid on there, but then you've got 20 watt fast charging coming out of this lanyard cable over here. So uses it as a lanyard, and then charge your phone when you're not using it as a lanyard. You can charge both your phone and your AirPods without issue, without occupying the back of your phone, which I love. And wired charging is always going to be better than wireless charging in terms of efficiency and speed, so it's got that going for it too, at least for iPhones. So yeah, you're charging two things at once, and she's a beauty. That's the SHARGE 5,000 milliamp hour Flow Mini here, I believe they call it, SHARGE Flow Mini. And yeah, this is another one of my favorite accessories that I think is just very nice and pocketable and comes in clutch when you need it. Product links in the description below. You support the channel whether or not you buy anything. Any discounts are in the description below. Obviously it's March spring sale, but there might be discounts going throughout the year. I'll try and keep it updated with all the latest discounts and promotions. Thank you so much for supporting the channel and for watching this far. Let me know of any accessories that I didn't mention that you think are cool for iPhone in the comments below. I'm genuinely interested to hear what else is out there. Everything we just reviewed is a safe buy. This is seifbuys, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Peace.